Okay, initially I was gonna let this go. I had did a video weeks ago to respond to using this particular brother as example. But I like to simmer over things, and lo and behold, he uploaded another video, which makes it even better. Because as I said, I really like to reflect on things so that when I put things out there, they have a deeper meaning. So let's start with the fact that I saw a video of his, and I like this brother. I'm not coming against him. I'm going to speak to black men about what they're doing when it comes to this whole weave thing. So he made a video begging black women to stop wearing a weave. It was so cute because he had that tone, please stop wearing a weave. Oh, it's funny, it's funny. So a little while after that, he did another video about beautiful black women. I guess you can guess how the women looked in the video. They all had weaves and straight hair, right? And I add the straight hair bit because in this current video, he's talking about perms, which black women don't get perms. We get relaxers. Black women get relaxers. White women get perms. Perms mean you make the hair curly. That's what white women do. They put chemicals on their hair to make it curly, and black women get relaxers, which is chemicals put on the hair to make it straight. Just a little lesson in that. But as I said, I did an article addressing his first video because I see through people, because when you absorb energy, you can see past the things people say. So the name of my article is Black Men and the Weave Weapon. Most black men don't give a crap about a weave. You say that when you feel attacked and you want to attack black women. And I hit all bases. Let's go through the list. When black men feel attacked by black women or are looking for a flaw, something that can be considered a flaw, and it obtains to a black woman, they'll bring up weaves. They'll attack black women when a weave looks a certain way. Okay, and that's what I want to pinpoint mostly in this video. There are black women, they can't afford to buy the type of hair that women in the spotlight have. In his second video, where he did another video about beautiful black women after doing the video begging black women not to wear weaves, it was all celebrity black women who have weaves in their hair. It's just that they can afford expensive hair. Okay, so black men got a dilemma, because you're not going to be able to fawn after the woman in the spotlight and think they're beautiful and have weaves, and everyday black women won't try to emulate that. Now, once again, it might not turn out like the women in the spotlight, because women in everyday life, they can't afford hair that expensive. They might go get $9.99 hair. Okay, whereas a celebrity black woman can afford really expensive hair almost right off an Indian's head. They shave their head and give it to them. Okay, I heard Beyonce spends as much as $1,500 for weave hair. One of the women that he had in the video about beautiful black women, he didn't have Solange in there. Okay, Solange wears her hair natural a lot, which I like. I'll go briefly into the true energy a black woman should be allowed to have in this technology-driven, evolved society. And that's a Pam Grier energy, but I'll get into that. So again, you have a dilemma. You either turn away from women in the spotlight who have weaves, or even women in everyday life who have weaves, and despite it looking good, you say, nope, I want to see natural hair. I want to see your hair. Or you will always have a race of women who see that these women capture your attention, and they will try to emulate that look. Because see, you have that to deal with, and you also have the fact that women will look at another woman's hair and say, I like that. I'm going to try and do that with my hair. So you're in the equation and outside the equation. But one thing's for sure, white women's never in the equation. There's a wedge that comes between black women aiming to look like white women. And I'm so sick of y'all boosting these women's ego. I love it. I love to hear videos where black men say they go out now and white women just assume that black men want to talk to them. That's what you get. That's what you get. You keep boosting their ego. Black women's not thinking about white women. When you go out into the community and you meet the average black woman, does it seem like she's trying to be like a white woman? Does she sound like a white woman? Does she gesture herself like a white woman? No. She sounds like you, Ebonic. She is not trying to be a white woman. There's white women everywhere, all in the media, all in publications. If black women wanted to try to be like a white woman, they would sound like a white woman and act like a white woman, and you know that's not true. So you got to start looking for the wedge. And I told you what the wedge is. The wedge is the fact that black men love straight long hair. Another wedge is the fact that a lot of black women in the spotlight wear their hair in a certain way, and a lot of everyday black women will turn around and try to emulate that. And that's why you have so many black women walking around with blonde hair. I'm seeing black women wearing pink hair, just like Nicki Minaj. Humans are followers if they're not strong like me. Let more black women hear black men say, I don't like her. I don't like her hair. I don't care how attractive she is. She has a weave. Let black women hear black men say, when it comes to the videos of black men, they got a banging body, but they got a weave. I don't like weaves. I never mess with weaves. But you're not gonna do it. Because like I said, you don't care. It's all about how the weave looks. Just admit it. Admit it. Say it's all about how the weave looks. See, I'll sort out your confusion because you're confused. Now, let me get deep into the spirit. When it comes to any race, any gender, deep down inside, we would love perfection to come all natural. So a lot of black men would love to be with women who were all natural. Look at Megan Good's husband. He loves her. He thinks she's beautiful. Wouldn't it be great if that was her hair? But it's not. And he'll accept it. He don't give a shit. And you wouldn't either. So, I don't know. You got a dilemma on your hands. Because you could never refrain and take back the minds of the women of your race. You could never refrain from fawning over these women who are beautiful and have weaves. You could never do it. But at the same time, you could never turn to the woman of your race and say, I like them, but you don't wear weave. It's not going to work. This is why black women's not listening to you. Woo! It's not going to work. It's sort of like black women who will fawn over negative black men, but then they want a good black man. It don't work. No matter what they say, more positive black men just don't feel that energy. They say, no, you don't. You don't want a good black man. You don't. You want a negative black man. It don't work. It don't matter what you say. It's what you do and what you show through your energy. I love it. I want to dedicate more of my videos to this because that's all people do is send mixed messages. Everything that's occurring in this universe has been manifest by humans and is supposed to be this way. I saw an excellent video just yesterday by Stacey Gear. I love him. And he spoke about how a lot of people have morals, but they don't have strong character. Strong character means you carry out your morals, like you take a stance. So let's say, like I said, black men say, I do not like fake hair. Like I said, I already revealed your spirit and soul. You don't give a crap. But let's say for those few black men out there that really don't like fake hair, you would never fawn over a woman with fake hair. Because once you send that mixed message, that goes out into the universe and manifests. You can't have it both ways. So what's your stance? It'll be interesting to see black men because it'll take a lot of strength for y'all. You have someone like Rihanna. Let me get into the Pam Grier energy. You have someone like Rihanna who a lot of black men think is attractive. If I was a man, because I'm strong as a woman, if I was a man, there's no way I would fawn over Rihanna. Not just because she wears weaves sometimes, but because she's a piece of shit. And I don't want the woman around me to act like her. But you can't resist because you don't have strength of character. You have ideals, you have morals in your head, but you don't know how to manifest these things because you don't have strength of character. So if I was a man, I might pull her from under the bed and look at her before I lay down, but I would never fawn over her or show any indication to the woman around me that I like her. She would be like a Playboy bunny. No woman would know I like her. Okay. I wouldn't act like I like her just so I could seem more manly to other men. I absolutely would act like she doesn't exist. But since you can't do that, there's a lot of girls out there acting like Rihanna. They're loose. They don't care. They do what they want to do. And at the end of the day, particularly young boys coming up, it's cute when you're young, but when you want a wife, because that's the dilemma a lot of y'all are in, right? Now you want a wife and you can't find one because these women have been dragged through the mill. They've done so many crazy things when they was a youth, when you thought it was cute and you didn't know how to have strong character as a youth. So yeah, a lot of women have a lot of mileage on them, a lot of baggage, a lot of issues. And that's what you deserve. You deserve to pick through those women now that you want to find a wife. You got to pick through the trash. You got to pick through the trash and find something suitable for you. Okay, because when you were younger, you, not maybe personally you, but you should understand that I'm not talking to any particular person. I'm talking out into the universe. But those guys who slept with a lot of women, slept with who they wanted to, they don't care if the woman was loose or not, and it's affecting her and it's affecting you at the same time. These women grow up. Okay, so now that's what you got to pick up. That's what you have to deal with. And it's the same thing for women who disrespect themselves. Because see, someone like Rihanna, for the rest of her life, when she gets into an argument with a man, he gonna call her a whore. For the rest of her life, she'll never be able to live that down. Ever! Every time she makes a man angry, he's gonna say, you're a whore! And she has to deal with that. So anyway, it's interesting to see y'all dilemma. It's interesting to see y'all dilemma, and it's interesting you keep simplifying things, like black women's trying to be white women. You know that's not true, because black women would sound like white women. Oh my gosh, brothers, what are you doing? No, our black women don't sound like that. There's a wedge in between why black women do what they do, and I told you why they do what they do. They know you love long hair and make your neck snap. Whoop! An attractive woman with short hair could be around. When a woman with long hair comes, she always seems to have more value. And then naturally, women look at other women and say, I like her hair, I'm going to do that. Let me just tell you about the Pam Grier energy. And I pick her because she was big at the tail end of the civil rights movement and the black power movement. And no black man would say she was trying to be a white woman. She would wear her hair how she want to wear her hair. She would wear it in afro, straight, short straight, long straight. She even wore wigs. I don't particularly like wigs, but she wore what she wanted to wear. Hair extensions. She would go back and forth, because she felt her hair was an accessory. And I do too. And we live in an evolving universe, and technology evolves, and women realize they could do different things with their hair. So guess what they do? They do different things with their hair. The problem comes in when women don't feel embraced and accepted when they wear their natural hair. And I'm glad a lot of black women are breaking out of that. I'll speak more about that. But think about your dilemma. Think about your dilemma. Signing out.